Hi everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums, and I have a project share to show you. I have been making mini albums with a 6.5 by 6.5 tutorial that I posted in the beginning of July, and I have a couple of other albums coming out, but I took a break from that size because I wanted to use this travel paper before it got too late in the summer. I had picked up this die set from Scrapdiva Design. Well, I guess it was last year or earlier this year. It's a set of 3 dies. It's got the words, it's got an outline, and then it's got this, which you can make a little mini album out of it, and you don't have to add anything else. Well, I did it a little differently and added it to the front of my mini album. I originally was going to make it a shaker, but decided to just put it on the front. I just didn't want to make a shaker. So let me clear off some of these things and show you. Well, first of all, the paper collection that I used was this Let's Go from Echo Park. I love this. The colors were good on it. It wasn't too vintagey, too muted, and it just was a lot of fun to make a travel album. All I have left as far as scraps is I have these chipboard pieces, and that's it. Well, that's another chipboard piece. That's it for the scraps. That is amazing. I'm going to take that and put it in my pile to start a fire so I can have a s'more later on this week. So this measures 8 by 6. Is it 6? No, I think it's 5.5. Yeah, it's 5.5. With a 1.5 inch spine. The front cover I actually did sew a little bit just to add a little detailing to it. I didn't do any other stitching. I could have stitched around the letters, but I'm not that good of a sewer, so I didn't. I did pop the letters up. Can you see? They are on fun foam, so they are raised. I used the dark blue from the collection. There's sort of a lighter blue map, and then the dark blue around it as just an accent. And then I put it on the stamp paper and then put that on the dark blue background. Now, I have a pocket on the cover, which is different. I've never done a pocket on the cover. So you can put photos and whatnot in there. I took this piece. It was Travel and Explore, and what I was going to do is put this Travel and Explore on there, but I really didn't like it. This is too big for what I wanted to do, so I took it off. So I will put the bucket list back, this little travel car, and then I'm leaving this where it says take time to travel, so that will pop up. I mean, it's okay if it doesn't. A couple of the chipboard pieces, I also did get the chipboard pieces to go with the collection, and a chipboard piece here. And I used the chipboard pieces throughout it. So let me show you the inside. I'll get to this in a little bit. Let's start here. So as you can see, I used a cinch binding to put it all together. I'll show you how it's attached in the album. Used a cut apart for the front. There is a couple of chipboard elements here. And I did make the cover with some lightweight chipboard. So on the inside, we've got this little flap. It just says hello travel, and actually I can take this piece and that goes in there. And then there's room to put a photo there, a couple of the arrows from the sticker sheet just going around. It says grab your passport and let's go. And so I took the passport from the sticker sheet, put it on some white cardstock, and just tucked it into that pocket. This also opens up like this with a couple of photo mats ready for you to put some pictures on. Now, a lot of the photo mats I left open at the top like this one, but I ended up, since I didn't have any paper left, I did not add anything to go in those little tuck spots. Where what I had, I used. So here, collect moments, not things, that's tucked in here. And there's a photo mat. And of course, this is open, so you could tuck your photo into there. I was actually going to cut this out and use that as a tag. I'll show you where it was going to go, but I was running out of paper. I made a little pocket here. I think I just folded the paper 1.5 inches and glued it on the side. Travel everywhere. There we go. And then here, you'll notice this is different than my usual mini albums. I did not use cardstock as a base. I just went straight to the paper. I added some of the stickers, some of the chipboard here and here. This one I peeled a little bit of it down. Yeah, just added some chipboard. And then here, this will open like that, so you can put a couple of small photos in there. And this 4x4 cut apart will open like this. What I did is I had this scrap left over. I folded it in half, glued it to the top, and then tucked it in that bottom. So you could still add a photo on the top of that. That's perfectly fine. And you could add a photo up here. So some chipboard, some stickers, a couple of scraps of paper. I love the stamp paper. I was hoping to have extra paper left over to add something into here. You know what? I'll go back and add just some cardstock in there. Here's the stamp paper, travel journal there. The 4x4 cut apart, it was along with 3 other 4x4 cut aparts, so I just opened them, or it just opens like that. I just scored it at 4 and then made it just a little folder. And then I had this sticker that says destination. I just cut it in half and put it on there. You still could put a photo there. And then there's room for photos on the side. So here there is still room to add this as a tuck spot, a couple of stickers and chipboard elements. And again, this is open, so you can add a photo here if you wanted to. So on this page, I just took the page and scored it and left a little bit for the top flap and a little bit for the bottom flap, added some paper, some cardstock that I inked around the edges, a couple of stamps, and then have this little cut apart here and a chipboard car. This actually is a little pocket with this as a feature on the front. I took a sticker and put that on some extra cardstock or pattern paper, and that just goes into the pocket there. You can add some photos to that. A chipboard globe. Again, this is open, so if I had extra paper, then I'll just put the Eiffel Tower in there. Is that the Eiffel Tower? No, Big Ben. Big Ben's just going to stay there for right now. Chipboard plain, sticker plain. And then here, this will open, well, this is a little tuck spot. I took the chipboard banner and I just had a little bit of paper. So there's a little tuck spot, but this will open here. This is open here. And let's go here, there, and everywhere. We'll put that in there. Okay, this is a chipboard stick or chipboard element, and so is that. I had a scrap of paper, added some paper below this, and this is a 4x4 cut apart. I cut that out and scored it at 4, added a couple of photo mats. And here's another page that I did. This time I glued this to the top of the page. So that'll go up, that'll go like that, and there is a photo mat with a sticker. Room to journal, and if that's too dark to journal on, you could always just type it out on some paper and glue it down. And then here's a photo mat. I did leave this open. I know I did put powder on here. It will open without too much trouble. A globe from the chipboard. And then this will open like that, giving you a chipboard photo mat and just a couple of stickers, room to put another photo there. On this page, the photo mat has a tuck spot. It says take all the pictures, and there is a photo mat with a couple of stickers. and I took the chipboard camera here. This is a large belly band, and this is how this is attached. So this comes out like that and goes in like that. So you could take this whole little book out, but you don't have to. So I originally had used the travel die and made this. I really wasn't nuts about it because I didn't have any paper. So I'm really not nuts about it. I really should just put some cardstock in there. Or you could just put photos in there. There's the spine, there's the back, and that is it. That is my quick little travel mini album using the die that I purchased from Scrapdiva. I think it was July 2024 that die, the travel die, came out. I don't know if it's still available. It probably is. Last time I checked a month or so ago, it was available. I'll use it again. I might do this cute little book using this whole thing. But even if you don't do it that way, this is fabulous. Oh, let me give you a hint. So when I was putting the letters on here, I took the offcut of it and put it down so that way I could make sure all the letters were spaced correctly. And so I just put some ATG on the sides, glued this down, and then peeled this up, and there you have the letters. So anyhow, just wanted to show that to you. That is what I made using Scrapdiva Designs travel die and the Let's Go Travel paper from Echo Park. That's what I have to show you today. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fabulous day.